Hi, my name is Amy from Korean Things.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Today we'll be learning about how to make sentences using before 전에. We say 전에 and we can express the meaning of before the certain period of time or before a certain action by attaching 전에 after nouns or verbs. Then let's start with some simple and short phrases first. First, we laid out words that mean a certain period of time. First, 10 minutes is 10분, 10분. 3 months is
세 달,
세 달. A year is
1년.
1년. You can simply attach 전에 after these words. So, before 10 minutes is
10분 전에,
10분 전에.
10분 전에,
Before 3 months is
세 달 전에,
세 달 전에.
세 달 전에,
Before a year is
1년 전에,
1년 전에.
1년 전에,
1년 전에. We have more nouns here. First one is lunch. Lunch is
점심 식사,
점심 식사. Class is
수업,
수업. Exercise is
운동,
운동. As we just did, you can also attach before, 전에, after these nouns. So, before lunch is
점심 식사 전에,
점심 식사 전에.
점심 식사 전에,
Before class is
수업 전에,
수업 전에.
수업 전에,
Before exercise is
운동 전에,
운동 전에.
운동 전에,
Then let's attach 전에 before, after verbs. When you attach 전에 before to a verb, we need one more particle that goes with 전에, which is 기. So when you have to put before to a verb, you have to attach 기 전에 all together after a verb stem. We have two different 하다 verbs here. Study is
공부하다,
공부하다.
공부하다,
And exercise is
운동하다,
운동하다.
운동하다,
So when you attach before to these 하다 verbs, what you do is you have to drop 다 ending, then you attach 기 전에 all together after these verb stems. So before studying is
공부하기 전에,
공부하기 전에.
공부하기 전에,
Before exercising. Before exercising is
운동하기 전에,
운동하기 전에.
운동하기 전에,
And let's try more verbs. Now we have buy and have here. Buy is
사다,
사다. Have originally means possess something, but we're going to use have for eating. So eat or have is
먹다,
먹다.
먹다,
먹다. We will attach before after these two verbs. So before buying is
사기 전에,
사기 전에.
사기 전에,
Before having or eating.
먹기 전에,
먹기 전에.
먹기 전에,
Let's put an object and make them little longer. Okay?
Yeah.
So buy milk is
우유를 사다,
우유를 사다. Have dinner is
저녁을 먹다,
저녁을 먹다. Let's try attaching before to these a little bit long phrases. So before buying milk. So when you change before buying milk, you don't need to care about object milk. You just drop 다 ending and put 기 전에. So before buying milk is
우유를 사기 전에,
우유를 사기 전에.
우유를 사기 전에,
So before having dinner is
저녁을 먹기 전에,
저녁을 먹기 전에.
저녁을 먹기 전에,
저녁을 먹기 전에. Then let's change more phrases when there is a place after a verb. So lie in the bed is
침대에 눕다,
침대에 눕다. Come home is
집에 오다,
집에 오다. So let's attach before to these phrases. Okay? Before lying in the bed is
침대에 눕기 전에,
침대에 눕기 전에.
침대에 눕기 전에,
And before coming home is
집에 오기 전에,
집에 오기 전에.
집에 오기 전에.
Then let's change the sentence using these phrases. So first sentence we're going to change is I check an expiry date before buying milk. So let's change it one by one. So I is 나는, but we are going to use abbreviated version of 나는. So it is 난. And check is
확인해요.
확인해요. On expiry date is
유통기한.
And we need an objective particle. 을.
유통기한을
And before buying milk was
우유를 사기 전에
Then let's reorder these words, okay?
Yeah.
The verb has to be at the end of the sentence, so
Yeah.
it'll go to the end. And 우유를 사기 전에 comes right after a subject. The whole sentence will be
난 우유를 사기 전에 유통기한을 확인해요.
난 우유를 사기 전에 유통기한을 확인해요. Let's try one more sentence. The next sentence we are going to change is My mom bought milk before coming home. My mom is
우리 엄마는
we attached subjective particle 는 as well. 우리 엄마는 and verb is bought. 샀어요. And the object is milk. Milk is 우유를. We attached objective particle 를 as well. And before coming home was
집에 오기 전에
So let's switch the words as English word order. So 샀어요, the verb has to be at the end. 집에 오기 전에 part, before coming home part goes right next to the subject my mom. And the rest part comes right here. So the whole sentence is
우리 엄마는 집에 오기 전에 우유를 샀어요.
우리 엄마는 집에 오기 전에 우유를 샀어요.
우리 엄마는 집에 오기 전에 우유를 샀어요.
Then let's try to use before in a real conversation. It's going to be the conversation between two friends. So we're going to use an informal speech. 쌤, 게임 벌써 시작했어?
그럼 10분 전에 시작했어. 빨리 와.
난 10분 전에 게임 시작했어. 난 10분 전에 게임 시작했어. 난 10분 전에 게임 시작했어.
에이미, 결혼 전에 프로포즈 받았어?
그럼 받았지.
오,
넌 안 받았어?
그 뭐야?
난 결혼 전에 프로포즈 받았어. 난 결혼 전에 프로포즈 받았어. 난 결혼 전에 프로포즈 받았어.
쌤, 어제 자기 전에 양치했어?
아니? 아까 10분 전에 했는데?
난 자기 전에 양치했어. 난 자기 전에 양치했어. 난 자기 전에 양치했어.